Welcome back to the next episode of No Initiative, where we play around with different role-playing systems and find out what shenanigans ensue. This week we're taking a brief look at 7th Seeds. You can find the basic rules online and in the description box below. Now on to the show.
In the description box.
Bok.
Bok. Bok.
In the description box.
Bok.
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 Right. Introduction of characters.
Hello.
Steve, do you want to go first?
Hello, my character is Sam Stevenson, whose name is totally not related to my name. He's a bit of a rich douchebag. He's based on the Thin White Duke.
Hello, it is me, John, for the third time in a row. Hello. And I am Colin McHamish, and he is as dumb as a cow. Also, bonus, we have the Ghost of Panache.
Yes, we have Rhys off. And
That's probably horrifically zoomed
yeah,
in.
your face was horribly out of focus right then. We have Rhys, who is off camera-ish most of the time, who is currently...
I forgot to bring my character.
Yes, because he's a fool.
No.
I also did this and had to get printed out.
I realized too late. Anyways, let's continue on with being fools. We're fine. It's fine. I'm a ghost.
The Ghost of Panache.
Right. You guys,
Ghost of Panache.
for the
always trying
two
to-
people that did remember their characters.
Maybe one person.
Only one.
For the people that remembered their characters, you guys start off in the town of Stellaris, right? A captain approaches you with a job to accept and protect a ship. He wants to set out immediately. However, you're pretty sure that the weather's taking a turn for the worse. If you accept this job, which I really suggest you do, you'll be setting out within the hour.
What if we say no?
Then we found out
You're a scholar. You see the weather right now.
I'm a scholar. That means I understand that the metaverse will be destroyed if we don't.
Oh God!
Dun, dun, dun.
The fourth wall scholar.
Captain, which vessel do you command?
I command the Ghost Recon.
Funky name.
The Ghost Recon. Indeed, I'll be perfectly willing to join your cruise.
Did you just accept something after the? Did you just accept? What if the Ghost Recon's just like a dainty little like rowboat?
How big is your boat?
My boat, for your information, has 3 masts.
That's not bad. It's not a man of war, but it's
It's
We're a
alright.
trading ship, one of the fastest in the fleets.
this. In fact, I knew.
That's plenty of masts. You're fine.
So
Panache.
what's in it? What's in it for us? Eh?
This ship has so much panache.
What's in it for us?
1,000 gold pieces each.
No, you know,
That seems fair.
that seems a bit long. I don't know about you, but my skills are impeccable.
I'm totally whispering this, by the way. Yeah, but there's things on the ship that I can steal and I can get us money.
How much money do you think we'll get?
I don't know how valuable it is.
How much?
We'll see when I sell the fucker.
Why not both?
Exactly.
You know what? Well, you drive a hard bargain. We'll take the 1,000 gold.
Right. 1,000 gold each on completion of the journey.
You know what? I need a forward payment of at least 200 gold.
Is there any chance we could perhaps persuade you to provide at most half of it as a deposit before the journey and the other half afterward, as insurance, shall we say? Please make me roll.
Lots of shady boys out there.
Let's go roll a convince?
What are the skills?
Would there be panache in there?
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
is most certainly a panache
That's
roll.
what? My panache and my convince, so that's 5 dice.
Whoa!
Panache and convince. And before you roll, if you manage to succeed, well, 1, you get gold,
I don't think this is
Goodbye.
risk. Is it?
500 gold each, like to start with. However, if you do manage to fail, you have to accept reduced payment.
If I manage to fail,
Aha! Get him.
let's begin the roll.
Get him, Captain Panache.
That is a 10, an 8, a 4, and a 1.
Make sets of 10.
Oh god. 12.
Well, there's 1, 10.
20. That's total 27.
I assume this is. I can't just have it go over 10.
You can go over 10,
I
yes.
can. Excellent.
That's 27.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact.
2 sets of 10.
Right. So,
2.5. 10.
you get 2 raises within the system. That allows you to spend a raise to finish it or to achieve the risk, and
He thinks.
you can use one of the raises to achieve the risk and 1 to make it even better. Question mark. You can bargain with the other one.
You should say the things that can go wrong and the things that can go extra good beforehand.
I will instead of trying to get him to pay more, I will try to go on his good side and say I will settle for 400.
Right. He agrees and gives you 400 gold each.
You're so full of panache.
The Ghost of Panache applauds you.
You're haunted by the Ghost of Panache.
It's not a bad thing. I'd say that the Ghost of Panache is a good thing.
That would make Panache so overpowered.
It's just, you just
Right.
sometimes hear the Ghost of Panache.
Note to
like,
self,
the box.
no Panache rolls.
We are bards. We're gonna fuck ourselves into this mess and we're gonna fuck our way out of it.
Right. I shall meet you at the ship. And stalks off in the dramatic fashion of every captain ever.
He's stalking. He's totally a polymorphed cat.
Holy cow.
I kid.
This is Dungeon Dragon.
No, it's not.
Do we...
Right, is there anything that you need to do in town before you fuck your way into the situation, to fuck your way out of the situation?
Would you like a pint before we go and obviously die with the incoming storm?
I go for a pint. Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for a pint.
3 hours later.
And after I drank the most expensive alcohol I could find.
3 hours later, and after 3 pints of the most expensive alcohol you can find, you stumble onto the ship.
Good stuff.
The captain looks at you and just kind of shakes his head with that sense of, oh, fuck. What did I get myself into?
The finest crewman.
Could you please speak a little quieter?
No! And just for that, he speaks even louder.
Captain, can't you see we're just gonna die? There's like a storm out there.
I would recommend the Thay in Red. It's quite a good rock. Quite a good wine.
Well, drink wine? I swear.
Oh.
I know whiskey.
Go to your cabins and sleep off your alcohol, you douches.
Oh, we have captains. Fancy.
Oh, wow, that's actually more than we've ever heard. It's better than like a haystack. Yeah.
I stumble to the cabin. Cabin. yes. The ship is a giant mountain, obviously.
The caverns of Panache.
I'm so drunk. I think I was thinking of the cabin.
As you stumble to the cabin and kind of just lie there groaning
You
and
sure those weren't
vomiting,
hallucinogens?
Alcohol.
the ship sets
What's
off
that?
and starts through the way, and as you look out through the portholes that aren't really portholes but kinda, you see that they're going the long way round the coast towards the destination of the Sinark Republic.
Hey, look. Dolphin.
Oh, that is a dolphin.
Isn't it? Are you sure?
Wait, is it a shark or is it a dolphin?
Is it a catfish?
What? Why would a catfish be in the ocean?
Why wouldn't a catfish be in the ocean?
I'm pretty sure they only appear in ponds and rivers.
Maybe you're a catfish.
What? Ah!
Right. In the middle of your alcohol-induced haze, you guys fall asleep and wake up in the morning.
I wake up in a puddle of my own vomit.
I wake up in a puddle of nothing because I am a true man who does not puke.
I'm not used to saying red.
Right. As you guys walk up, it seems to be in a clear spot of the storm on deck, and there seems to be a couple of sun rays reaching down through the clouds. What do you guys do?
My eyes hurt.
Oh, a bit of a headache. I'm going back to bed.
I'm just gonna stand there, bleary-eyed, and kind of. Okay.
Right, as you guys stand there bleary-eyed and trying to stumble your way back to the cabin, the clouds roll in and it starts raining.
That's a fast cloud. A race cloud.
What the hell?
The waves start getting choppier and heavier, and the ship starts rocking side to side.
Oh, come on. I was already sick this morning.
It's refreshing.
Waves
No.
Waves start splashing seawater over the sides of the balcony, or over the sides of the ship. And as all of this happens, the Crow's Watch thingamabob nest guy calls out in a loud voice, "Ship ahoy! Port side!"
What's the port side?
There's a male ship.
Male shit?
Shit a boy.
Shit a boy?
Somebody shit out a boy.
Is the shit a boy born in the port side? Is port side
Maybe.
a town?
Maybe.
"Ship ahoy! Port side! Flying the black flag!"
Yo-ho!
Hey, I know what a black flag is.
It's a ship. Oh, hi, okay.
Wait, what was a black flag again?
Merchant ship, I think.
Captain overhears you say black flag and starts looking really panicked.
What he didn't hear the original dude say the black flag? He's deaf. Obviously. He's a fool.
He hears you say black flag and starts looking panicked, looking around the ship, and like, okay, we can get out of this. They're not gonna sink us.
No, they kind of blow us up. Well, sure, I'm glad I got that deposit.
Yeah.
I should have asked for more.
Hey Captain, what's the chances that we don't blow up here?
Truthfully, absolutely garbage.
Alright, do you want to jump up right
The
now?
spirit of Panache speaks to the captain. And he gains plus one Panache for 2 minutes.
Hey, Captain, is there, can we borrow the rowboat for a bit, like, or something?
What rowboat?
On a row.
We're a merchant ship.
You should have a rowboat.
You should
How
have
do you
like
get
a
into
dock-
shallow
shore?
port.
How do you get into shore at shallow port?
Yeah, what's the shallow port? You fool.
We just crash into the island. That's good.
We don't come into shore, they come to us.
What?
But the ship was docked.
You can't move an island.
Maybe they send boats out.
Yeah, the ship's an island.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, let's stop criticizing the captain. There's pirates.
I'm slightly drunk. I have an excuse.
Oh no! Didn't he just say that those are merchants? What?
No.
Black flag means pirate, you douchebag. Now do
We're
your bloody
merchants.
job and protect us.
They're friends and we're pirates.
We're merchants.
Oh, we're merchants. Oh no, I mean we're merchants. You hired the right people. We're merchants. We're mercenaries. Yep.
Did Did you
Yeah.
check out qualifications before you came with this? 'Cause I don't think we ever told you if we were good at fighting.
Yeah. Got this bow.
The captain kind of just, oh,
How
shit.
how good is bow against?
I joke. I'm
bows?
actually fairly apt with the rapier.
Well, that's good news.
I have.
When you do this.
Oh, I can.
The captain starts running towards the crew member, or his first mate, saying, "Prep the cannons. See what we can do to hold them off. Or go get the treasure."
I don't know how to use a cannon, but I sure do know how to shoot a squirrel from 3 miles away.
What? What
Uh,
with?
With a bow.
What?
An arrow 3 fucking miles.
You know what? I never learned how
That-
many
like,
how much
every-
of a mile-
Press X to doubt.
Everyone in the range of you saying that just stops, turns, and stares.
You know what?
And then one person's just like, dude, what the fuck?
I'm gonna
3 miles.
I'm gonna take so much offense to that I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow and hit one of the crew members on the other ship.
While they are distracted, I'm
This is
going
the
to
opposite of
distinguish
Panache.
yourself.
What do you want me to start dancing and going, no, stop?
Well, you could show off your prowess.
You know what? I'm going to.
You know what?
I'm
Let's
taking,
take this.
I'm taking so much offense to this. I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
You're gonna do aim and aim, brawn, and finesse.
Finesse and aim.
He's not going to succeed this. While he's doing that, I would
Wait,
like to
are you telling me to roll like 2 traits? Brawn, finesse, and aim?
Aim, brawn, and finesse.
Okay.
Because you need a shit ton of power, good aim, and a lot of fine motor control.
I would only allow that if he gets all 10.
Okay, you know what?
And
How much hero point do I have?
To be fair, it's
you
not.
start with 1 hero point.
Alright, I'm gonna even use my signature items special ability of giving myself 2 more bonus die. That's right, let's go!
Dice, are you going
Right. Okay.
Have you got enough dice?
Oh, no.
Oh, you fucking fool!
Wait, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 10 dice! Give me 10 dice!
Re-roll a couple of dice.
Write it down.
I don't know. I have to pretend die.
This shit happens, apparently.
Right. Okay, so consequences. If you fail this, you will take 1 dramatic wound and 4 wounds.
How do I
From
take
what?
from what? I'm just shooting them on the bones.
Overextending your bow and it
From
snaps ya.
from overuse of your bow that snaps and causes splinters to go into your arm and the bowstring to hit your eye.
Maybe less wound and more bow breakage, which will have to be repaired.
Right, so you take 2 wounds and you will break your bow if you fail. If you do manage to succeed, you manage to hit the captain of the ship on the other side. However, for you to be able to hit him, you need to be able to get or put at least 4 raises into doing it, plus another 1 to decrease the chance, or another 2 to decrease the chance of breaking your bow.
In fairness, he is technically capable of getting twice that. With 10 dice.
Yep, I think this is fair.
I don't know if he's going to, but...
So you need at least you need at least 6 raises to be able to succeed.
You've all!
Let me have a look.
He's a fucking long-distance bow marksman.
Wait, 1, 2.
I want to see how it takes being on a high point and then just sniping down at someone on a beach.
his arm extends for 2 miles! With his eldritch bow.
I'm not sure bows can do that.
That's why I suppose.
So Steve, while John is
There's so many numbers!
John is calculating his shot, the wind direction, and the chances of him being able to hit the captain in the head, killing him in 1 shot. What are you going to do?
I'm going to attempt to use his distraction and sneak into the hold.
For sleeping.
No. For thieving.
Right.
Oh, no.
Let's go. Finesse and hide.
Okay, I'm gonna steal some of these. 3. Oh, I just have 3 dice. I'm gonna be bad at this.
Right. Before you roll, if you manage to get into the hold, you won't get noticed, and there is a chance for you to be able to follow the captain and hijack the treasure that he's trying to find. That's within the hell somewhere. If you do fail, the captain no longer trusts you and the crew turns on you.
Hopefully I'm stealthy enough. I'm probably not going to be. How many raises do I need for this?
2 raises to avoid the crew, 1 raise to avoid the captain.
I can't physically do that! I'm fucked. Can I retroactively say no, I shouldn't do that?
Well, you haven't rolled, so therefore you could say that you fail, and create a reason why you fail.
Wait,
You've given the rules for that to look at.
Shit. 1 second.
I assume it's the thing where I have to come up with a dramatic reason why I failed.
Hey, you wanna hear something ridiculous? If I use this calculator correctly, it is
Fail in a
just 60.
Fail
So,
in a
9
non-incriminating
plus
way.
5 plus
Wait,
3
let's see.
plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 9 plus
Fail in a
3
non-incriminating
plus
way and
10
then
plus
panache your
10.
way out of it.
Can I?
Go ahead, calculate. Put the numbers together. It is just 60.
Does he succeed this fucking thing?
It is just 60!
Okay, so 1, 2.
Are you coming the Jurassic Park thing?
The Ghost of Panache is here to help.
3.
No, it was a
Just
predicate
add
that
it
just
all
goes
together and it
4.
makes 60.
While the GM verifies the math, I am thinking frantically of how I can pronounce my way out of this.
What do you mean? What do you mean? My 10 dice is not good enough.
Well, because you need
You're
to make
shooting really far
you need to make it into
away.
sets of 10. It's not just add
Oh,
up.
it's not add them all up. Then it's not. Then
dear.
it's not 6. It's 5 then. It's
Yeah.
like 5.
Ooh, close.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
Sorry.
I should have put more points into hide. Right, I should have put any points into hide.
Just don't mention hi.
Just don't mention hide.
Yep. Take a different approach.
Right,
Panache your way out
John,
of it.
Can
Yeah.
I take a different approach?
you're on deck.
You haven't.
You pull your bow
specified
back.
your approach
Yeah.
to get out of it.
It's not going to break,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Yeah.
You fire an arrow, and it manages to hit 2 crew members on the other deck.
Still bloody good enough.
And it's
You
still
failed
like
both with
a good like mile and a half away. Everyone that saw you take that shot stops, looks at you, and then pretty much says, "What the fuck?
He's Legolas. Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
You're drunk. You're on a ship that's in a storm, and you managed to hit through 2 people in the head with 1 fucking arrow, 1.5k away."
I'm just not gonna mention that I was aiming for
While
the
everyone
captain.
is distracted, I'm going to sort of just put my rapier off to the side, just make sure nobody sees where it is, and then I'm going to go into the hold and try to convince the captain that I'm looking for a new rapier. Because mine has gone missing. As an I failed the stealth thing.
Right, so you fail the stealth thing. How do you fail? Like, you're trying to sneak in, you have your excuse, but how do you fail?
Oh, is this a purposeful fail? So
Yeah,
you can
I
get
fail.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and by the way, gain a hero point because you failed.
Yay.
And you said you failed.
I fail.
Well, describe it.
And
Now describe why you failed.
feigning an interest in the weapons rack, I also feign far more drunkenness than I actually have, and sort of crash through the weapons rack. Like,
The captain spins around and says, "Why are you down here? This is for crew. I told you that when you came on."
did you? My rapier's gone missing. I didn't knew one quickly before we get attacked.
Grab one from the weapons rack. Now get going, back up to deck.
I go. Okay. Sneaking up my thing.
Did you steal?
Right, as you get back,
Oh my god.
as John takes his shot and you get back on deck, you hear a cannon boom in the distance.
When you get back on deck, it's just me going, "Witness me!"
Witness. Praise the sun.
As you get back on deck, you hear a cannon fire in the distance.
You got the retention, didn't you?
And the deck suddenly disappears from underneath John's feet.
Don't witness me anymore!
They also have excellent aim.
Stop looking.
Can I just quickly pick up my other rapier and dual wield them? I recall that being a duelist thing. I don't have a duelist thing right now, but I recall that being a thing. Can I bullshit that?
Let's say that,
Can I make a roll for that?
oh, wait, you're not in combat. I can't make you roll.
Okay.
Wait, they
Oh.
haven't decked yet, right?
I'll pick it up and make a mental note to dual wield them when in combat.
Right. That will be a risk in combat. You will risk cutting your own limb off.
I know, it's a flare.
Right. Okay.
Well, a rapier is a pokey weapon though.
Yeah,
I can
I
stab
don't
myself
care.
down.
You're going to cut your own arm off if you fail.
With a poking sword?
With a poking sword.
Dual wielding more opens you up to attack. It makes it harder to get at other people because
Yeah, but
you
if
don't do
he...
things at once.
But, because he's unskilled in dual wielding.
Yeah, but
He's got duelist.
I did have duelist, but I had it last time, but we got rid of it because I forgot the sheet.
Again.
Wait, no one remember the sheet.
You did.
Yeah.
No, but
I had it.
I just told Blair to hold on to it because I knew
That
I
was
was gonna
smart.
I knew I was gonna forget it, so the Blair hold on to it.
Then I took it home because I'm a fucking fool.
Oh. What does the Ghost of Panache have to say about our situation?
Good luck.
The blessing of Panache.
Perfect.
I bestow you good luck.
Hands appear for the ether.
John,
if it fails,
because the deck has fallen out from underneath you, you fall down onto the second deck, through the second deck, and into the gunpowder storage.
Oh dear.
Wow.
A lantern follows you down from the second storage and lights a trail of gunpowder that, if you're not quick, will disappear under a barrel, not allowing you to extinguish it and probably blowing the whole ship sky high. Stephen, you kind of just gape at the giant bloody hole that's in the deck.
He may choose whether or not to gape.
I fucking gape.
You still can do something. So, what do?
I am dumbfounded by the aim of these fucking pirates. With a cannon, no less. With no fine motor control. And then smashed him. Specifically him. The guy who shot them. How? These pirates deserve to take us down, for fuck's sake. Stop worked for that shit.
Stop blabbering up there! Help me up!
No. Yes, fine. Whatever.
There's a light. There's an oil lamp.
Can I just turn off?
It did.
That's gonna screw up the OS.
Right.
Technical difficulties.
My ass.
The camera decided to fuck up. We'll be able to check the camera thing at some point and check that it hasn't got time down.
What?
We shall see.
Where the fuck were we?
I'm in a hole.
He's in a hole. I'm
With
kind
a
of
light.
gaping at
He's
it.
in the gunpowder hole.
Right, you're in the gunpowder room. Stephen's kind of gaping at this giant hole. What does John do? Lying, not stunned, but kind of, what the fuck
Ouchies.
happened?
Ouchies.
He's your panache.
I'm gonna just oh no. I'm gonna quickly look for an escape.
Okay.
It's about to be blown to sky high.
You look around and you see a door pretty much right in front of you. I mean, there's two barrels in front of it, but those are pretty easy to push out of the way.
Okay. and I'm gonna do the non-smart option of let's fucking athletics myself out of the hole that I went through.
Right.
Full of a tuck.
Let's do brawn and athletics.
Wrong.
Yep, brawn and athletics.
Strong.
If you manage to succeed in doing this, you get out of the hole. However, the consequences of you doing this action is you will take a wound because of the jagged edges of it. If you don't manage to do this, you will fall back down and take 2 wounds. If you manage to successfully do this and do this quickly, you see the captain running through a secret passageway in the middle of the ship. I probably shouldn't have said that. Let's do that again.
A non-very secret passageway now.
If you
succeed quickly, you'll find
if you succeed quickly, you will find out a secret of the ship. Doing this will cause you to take 1 wound. And if you manage to fail, you will fall back down and take 2 wounds.
Okay.
How many raises are each of these things?
A raised, or you use 1 raise to get rid of 1 wound. You need 2 raises to successfully do it, and you need another raise to grab the opportunity.
Okay, well, I have 1 and 2 raises.
You have 2 raises. What do you do?
I'm gonna jump up as high as I can and grab onto the nearest ledge, pull myself up, and flip onto the next to the next floor.
Right, you manage to get out onto the deck. However, in doing so, you get a nice cut down your arm on a jagged plank.
Okay.
Nice.
Damn it.
Steve, what do you do?
What was the one thing?
You take 1 wound.
Cool.
You okay down there?
No, I did a cool flip.
I think it was a yes.
I also have a cool scar now.
Nice.
It's
I would like to show you it, but I think we need to escape. There's fire and it's leading towards the gunpowder, so I'd say jump off the nearest thing you can see right now. Here, that's
Abandon ship!
as soon as you say
off
that,
the edge.
everyone just stops, looks at you,
I've already dived the fuck off.
and then kind of just takes up the yell, "Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship!" Someone's just like, "Why?" And everyone stops and just like, everyone stops. And no one's quite sure. They just heard someone say abandoned ship. And then they see a globe building in the belly of the ship. And it just goes boom. Whole thing explodes outwards, sending people, body, ships, and wreckage flying everywhere. A big wave sweeps the other ship, kind of backwards away from everyone else. And as you guys splutter your way to the surface of the water and grab onto a giant mast piece, you get hit in the back of the head by a flying piece of wreckage.
Both of us?
Cool guys, he's supposed to swim away from explosives.
Both of us get hit in the head with wreckage.
Both of you get hit in the head by
Just
wreckage.
like I'm white, I dream about why the ship was called Recon. If it's a
Trade ship, yeah.
trade ship.
Wow.
It's a military sounding name. Totally not because this is made up. Anyway.
If you want to know, I literally just looked on my desktop and what game I had.
Oh.
First one that came to mind, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's just right there. And Stellaris. Like town.
Stellaris.
You start in the sound of town of Stellaris.
The hills are alive with the sound of Stellaris.
Perhaps that's why the ship is so bad and just explodes
And
after
make
like
sure
one
make sure this is not in there because copyright issues may come up.
Borrowing names is probably fine.
Well, no. Borrowing names is fine, but like mentioning stuff, it's also not part of the. It's just me saying stuff.
This podcast is sponsored by Audible.
Not. No, it is not.
This podcast is sponsored by Audible. Go online and look them up, and then like, don't buy anything. We can't give you a discount coupon either.
Just use someone else's.
We aren't sponsored by anybody.
Sadly, this is just a school project.
Wow.
Anyway, continuing. Do you take any wounds at all? Or?
No.
Wow, how did this happen? You get knocked out and you're all fine.
You get knocked out and salted, but not
Salted human.
not that bad.
Jerky.
The Ghost of Panache has taste for truth.
Cannibalism.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Anyway.
You guys kinda hear the sound of waves and
Kinda.
Kind of.
their ears are ringing, so they can't quite hear it properly. You kind of hear the sound of waves in the background. You're pretty sure you're on a beach?
Pretty sure?
Well, it feels pretty sandy.
Can I open my eyes to make sure that I'm not kind of thinking that I'm on a beach and can
Yeah,
confirm
same.
that I'm on the beach?
Sure.
Eyes open.
You get sand in your eyes.
Perfect. We are definitely on a beach.
Head up.
You
It's either
could
that
be.
or a tundra.
You could be in the
I mean, not-
moistest desert ever.
I mean, a desert.
Moist
Fuck.
desert. Oasis.
Yes, you're in the middle of an oasis.
Perfect.
You were on the sea, and now you're being blown to the middle of a desert.
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds reasonable to
It's
me.
been 6 million years.
Yeah, you were held in status by the gods.
The plank that hit you in the head was cursed.
Yeah, like the plank, the
curse
plank,
of Vecna.
the plank had a rune on it that was time stop. So,
Whoops.
whoops.
It was just a mage who was getting really bored and started carving like runes onto the ship.
No wonder the ship was so fast.
No wonder the ship could hit me from so far
It had such
away.
good aim. It enhanced your aim. Yeah, I tried.
Completely ignoring that because we're not that lucky. You guys are on a beach. You're sure it's a beach.
I'm brushing sand off my clothes.
You have sand in places you are pretty sure that you couldn't have got sand. Both of you have sand in very, very unmentionable, undescribable, and slightly horrifying places.
Ah shit, not my arrow quiver.
Oh no, sand in my nasal cavity.
God, that's like the most unpleasant thing ever.
My ear.
I'm going to just be disappointed with the captain and check if I still have that 400 gold. Otherwise, it wasn't worth it.
You still have 400 gold.
Hell yeah! That was worth it.
Well, minus like the 200 gold that you spent on drinks.
Between us or?
No, each.
What drinks did you buy? Jeez!
The most expensive fucking wine I could find.
Oh, it's just whiskey.
Most expensive fucking whiskey you could find.
He said it was like red wine.
It was very good red wine.
Yes, it was from the Kingdom of Babylon. They are traders and love making wine.
Tony didn't just make that up.
Well, now that we're stranded,
Money, check.
are we stranded or are we?
Rapiers, check. I think. Do I have my rapiers?
You have one, but that was because it was more securely tied than the other one. The other one you kind of just loosely holding.
Rapier, check.
Do I still have all my arrows?
Yes,
How? They somehow stayed in the quiver throughout the entire duration.
Wounds. By the power of your panache.
but miraculously the arrows stayed within your quiver.
The mysterious.
Like, you're pretty sure that you got this quiver from your uncle, so
It's cursed.
it has something done to it because your uncle was, like, the uncle that no one ever talks about in your family.
I'm going to stand up and start looking around for the artifact that I was aware of, but might have been on the ship.
Oh,
Because I wanted to steal it.
that's
what I
a
was trying to
good
go for.
reminder. I'm gonna stand up and look for the person I was supposed to kill on the ship.
We're terrible. So what are we doing? Like a notice
You're
roll?
on the beach. You're looking around.
Yep. Well, specifically for the artifact.
You see a chest in the distance.
Ooh.
You see drag marks off the side of the beach up towards the bush line. You see footprints and body drag marks.
Maybe we shouldn't go there. Yeah, bad idea.
You see half buried under sails and wreckages, feet and boots.
Yeah, those are some nice boots. You wanna take them?
Boots.
Yeah. Before we check the body,
Are
we're
they
just gonna
expensive
just.
boots?
They're the most expensive boots you've ever laid eyes on.
Mine.
They're
Mine,
like
fucker.
jewel encrusted, gold laced, silver plated boots.
Fine, you get the boots. I get whatever else is on this body that's been covered by the mask.
I take the boots. My boots now.
Right. You take the boots.
I'm wearing the boots.
You're putting the boots on.
Plot twist. They're cursed.
You can't take the boots off. Like, as soon as you put them on, the laces drew themselves off and you can't take them off.
I love them.
You hear a voice in the back of your head
It's the
start
Ghost of Panache.
whispering things to you.
It's a Ghost of Panache. You're probably been
Fuck
haunted.
your way into the situation. Fuck your way out of the situation.
It's a Ghost of Panache.
I'm not fucking a corpse, you stupid voice.
Steve is now haunted by the Ghost of
That's
Panache.
not panache.
I know.
So, Rhys, your job. Haunt the shit out of Stephen.
Fuck the corpse. Good idea, voice. What I call you? I'm Panache.
I'm just gonna kick the mask out of the way and see if this guy has a nice coat or something.
He has a nice coat, but it's in tatters.
It's a haunted coat.
You know what? Rip coats can look kinda cool.
I think it's turned off. I'm sorry. Yeah. Immediately.
Right.
Cameras.
Well, I'm gonna search his body. What does he have? And cool boots.
Within his coat, there is a bottle. Well, two bottles.
Nice!
One's filled with a dark brown liquid, and the other has a piece of paper in it and a cork loaded into the top.
I'm gonna drink both of the paper and the...
Chug.
I'm gonna do the only sensible
Drunk is
thing
not panache.
and just drink.
Shish pash.
Just drink anything in this human.
Right, you take
Drink everything in this human?
you
Yes.
take one mouthful of the liquid and feel really energized. But as soon as you go to take another mouthful, you find that it won't come out of the bottle.
What the hell is this?
It's cursed.
What? It's a cursed drink. Oh, you wanna?
You feel really energized and like your wounds are healing themselves.
Oh, you wanna try?
Nothing happens.
What the
It
fuck?
doesn't like me.
It's my bottle now.
Stick your finger in it. Panache.
Stick.
I stick my finger in the bottle.
Panache.
What?
Figure it. Panache.
Finger the bottle.
No! I stick my finger in the bottle.
Finger the rim. Finger it.
Take on so that you can try with the finger.
We can't put this on the internet.
No,
I'll
we
die.
can't.
I'll die.
Wait! I need to. We're just gonna make a check mark just so on the audio files we know where it is. Ah! So if you just see just whoa like that, then that's where you know where the finger bottle is.
Yeah, let's like not do this because, yeah.
Hasn't happened. Even I think.
Ghost of Panache does not agree with us now.
I do not approve.
Ghost of Panache does
But you
not.
approved it, Pash.
Yeah, I know. It was my idea.
Pash.
You know what? I'm gonna drink the map. It's in a bottle. Why else would it be in a bottle?
Do either of you have more than 2 wits?
Yes, I have 3.
You have 3.
I'm witty.
I have 0 scholarship, 0 temps, and only 2 wits.
You're stupid.
I put it all into that one shot. that was my whole life.
You put it into shooting things from 3 miles away. With the added energy of generic strange brown liquid.
Yes.
You were able to shoot things 6 miles away.
Oh, you wish. No, you just find that as you look around, you feel rather rejuvenated, like all your old injuries were healed.
Wow, looks like this is going. Bye-bye.
Right, what's this fucking chest then? I'll grab it back with that chest.
I'm gonna hand the bottle with the map to Steven and to Thin White Duke.
Sam Stevens. No, his name is Sam.
I'm gonna give this bottle to Sam Stevenson, and I'm gonna say, have you seen a drink like this before? The liquid looks like a piece of paper.
Is it a piece of paper, you dolt?
What does it taste good?
No.
Oh.
What is it?
You.
Is it
You gain a second Ghost of Panache.
Hello.
The ghost is not making.
As you look at the mate, as you open it up, bright light comes out of it, and all of a sudden you're filled with knowledge of the dragons.
Anyway,
You hear a call from the mountain, and it is the elders calling you from the dragon's peak.
it's the dragon spirit. Arr.
Oh no!
And that was the day Sam Stevenson became a dragon. Anyway, continue.
And that's how dragons were born in the 7 seas.
Yay! You'll need all of them.
Let's.
Become a dragon.
Not much can be seen on the map, but there seems to be a map of island. It leads to the other side of island, and it looks to be some 2 days ago for the scale that's roughly and crudely drawn on the bottom. You kind of see that there's a path along a ridge line above a beach, across the main part of the island. However, a lot of the path, which seems to wind back and forth, seems to be rubbed off and smudged by what looks to be blood. You can't tell if you're on the beach, where the path starts, or for that matter, even if you're on the same bloody island as the map. However, you can tell that there is something hidden under the tide level by a cave under a tall palm tree grove.
I have direction sense. Can I see it?
Well, tell me,
No.
Scholar, tell me,
It's
Scholar,
worse than dead,
was it a delicious map?
Paper.
Yeah.
Panache it.
Give it a kiss.
No.
You know what? Let's not go where bodies have been dragged, because
The treasure chest that might have expensive artifacts.
right. That means gold.
Yeah.
You're adventurous. You
Chest.
gotta go
Let's
find
go
the
to it.
box. Loot, loot,
Loot,
loot,
loot, loot, loot, loot.
You
Let's
know,
do that
One more
again.
time.
Because I just stopped all video so that it didn't fuck us over again.
deja vu.
Never mind. Just cut
We've
this
still
bit
got
out.
this one going.
Oh, cool. I just started the video again. Fool! Well, no, I didn't want to fuck us over.
Okay, fine. It should be fine anyway.
How long has the
Chest,
recording
chest,
been going?
chest.
Oh, how long have we been recording?
Question.
A long time.
Okay.
Time it.
It's like
12:05.
12:05.
An hour at most. Less than that, actually.
I have 53 minutes of audio.
Wanna go get a check?
Tests. Tests. Tests.
Anyways,
Back on track.
In which we all become Gollum.
As you walk towards the chest, you hear loud noises, bangs and footsteps, crunching of twigs as a
Ash,
group
is that you?
of party, as a party of 7 people burst onto the beach.
Do we see them before they see us?
No,
Okay.
they saw you before they saw, or you see them. You heard them before they saw you, but you can't really do much with that.
Deja vu.
I've just been in this land.
I think you should tempt them in not killing
I
us.
have a disarming smile.
Yeah, disarm
It
them.
requires you to use a hero point every time you use it.
Yep.
And there's 7 people.
Oh, how did you?
I can prevent someone from starting conflict. Who's the leader?
smart. Panache.
They're still quite distance away. You can't really tell.
Who's
I
wearing a
will-
nice hat?
I will ensure that my
None of them.
that my sword is sheathed, and I will simply cross my arms and wait for them.
Whoa.
Don't threaten me.
So, is your sword sheathed in a normal manner or a panache manner?
Just you're basically asking if I've seductively sheathed a sword. No.
Yes, I'm also implying a lot more.
What?
What?
Dangle your sword in front of you so it looks like your dick. And it's like, look, this rapier is my dick. It's 1 meter long.
I was trying to imply without saying it that you would see through dick in someone, but oh well.
I have.
That was
I
not
I
even
think,
slightly
I think
implied.
that would actually cause him to attack you. Just like we need to end this absolute retard out of his misery.
No, it is sheathed as it is normally.
Right.
As a sword.
But you might be posing a bit sexily.
Thank you for clarifying that. Have you like thrusted your hip out while you're standing there with your knees crossed?
Stand
Or-
more like.
With your knees crossed?
Yeah,
How do you
like
cross your knees.
with your arms crossed.
I appear relaxed.
Okay.
Right, John, what do you do?
Can
Take the gun and shoot them.
I just not do anything because, gee, are they distracted by this? If so, I'm going to kick up some sand and just go away, get away.
Teleport away.
Yeah. Are they distracted by his?
Yeah. They
Okay.
seem pretty distracted, so Phineas and hide.
Oh,
I'm a sexy thing like you.
that's a 5 of them, and I don't need to roll one because I've got legendary. Oh, that's
Dude.
That's 30,
Oh.
30, but I can roll again. Oh, it's still 30. So I can
Make it in sets of 10.
10,
add it up.
10, 10.
It has 3 raises that way.
Right, 3 raises. How many dice do you have left?
2.
I'm going to buy those dice off you, so that.
Well, I feel like you have to ask nicely.
You got.
No. Game Master says that I'm buying those dice off you.
You just
So
buy them.
I swear you have to ask.
This is
No.
It's not communism.
no, it's
Oh,
not.
you don't.
This is,
I don't.
It isn't buying, it's theft.
It's buying.
How many hero points do I get?
You gain 2.
Nice.
1 for each dice that I take.
Nice.
How many hero points do you have?
You realize you've just given me the ability to just to redo the fucking 1 mile shot.
Yes. Yes, I do.
1 mile shot. No mile
You have
shot,
30.
1 mile shot.
Or you have 3 raises. You need 1 to successfully distract them, and you need 2 to be able to get out of there, and 3 to be able to take a shot.
Well,
A pot shot.
I got 3.
You're shooting.
I'm not
Well,
gonna.
no,
I'm not
you
gonna
need
shoot.
you need 2 to get out of there.
Yeah.
So 1 to distract them,
Yeah.
2 raises to get out of there, and 3 raises
Yeah.
on top of what you're already paying
Uh-huh.
to take a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of there and then just hide from a good point.
Right, so you distracted them with sand and ran away.
Can I just do I get to describe it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. While he just sits there, arms crossed, trying to do his best at a panache, I'm gonna kick up some sand, and then when the sand blows away, there's nothing.
Right. And you kicking up sand, you kick up a little bit of gunpowder that sparks, which causes a much bigger cloud of sand and smoke that hides your exit much more efficiently.
Wow, that was
I
lucky.
am 100% sure gunpowder doesn't do that as a person who's made gunpowder before.
It does now.
I'm sorry, no
Wait.
criticizing the GM.
Oh my god! And
You've made gunpowder panache? Who are you?
the combustion heats the sand, and there's just shimmering down tiny pieces of glass.
Blast.
Radiant.
Beautiful. I have now become a deity.
Dun, dun, dun. The patron saint or
Okay,
something.
let's get on with it.
They or the group of 7 stop 10 feet in front of Sam and look confused, saying, "Where's the other one of you?"
Excuse my familiar.
Familiar?
Like it's a horse.
No, don't rat me.
He's a bit skittish around people he doesn't know.
Less seductive tone of voice.
We're back.
Cameras are being fools.
I am being a fool.
Right. They look at you with like disbelief, but kind of that like, okay, there's no one here, so
You wanna cook?
So what business do you fine boys have?
there was a chest and a map around here somewhere. We need them. The captain wants them.
I mean, I haven't seen a map, but I believe that's the chest you are
Do you
referring
have a
to.
deception stat?
Oh,
Is there a deception stat?
no. But I have relatively
There's
good
tempt. You can tempt them into
I have
thinking.
0 tempt.
Oh,
I'm not hot.
there is
Attempt is more for like bribes.
Yeah. What's your panache?
3.
a net.
Reasonably hot.
Panache.
I have the spirit of panache around me.
You know, I feel like I should give you a bonus, like 1 dice to every panache roll, just because you got cursed with boots that you can't take off. That like haunt you. It sounds like fun,
The
but
spirit of panache just sometimes tells you what to do, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, extra panache.
yeah, and you don't find this out until you do a panache roll.
Okay.
Oh well,
While you do a panache roll while following my advice.
Yeah.
yeah, you get +1 panache when you follow the Ghost of Panache's advice.
Blair.
Touch his butt.
Well, I have I
Just
don't see
shimmy
a
on.
map, but I believe the chest over there is what you're referring to.
He jerks his head at it. People break off and go grab it.
While he's looking at it, I'm going to sidle over and touch his butt.
He
Nice.
jumps.
Wait, you're not gonna even roll.
I do need to roll for that. Come on. I was following Panache's advice.
He jumps, turns around, and is just like,
Are you busy?
I'm robbing you. What the fuck do you think?
I'm
It
gonna.
appears we're being robbed. It is the chest you're robbing.
One of the other guys grabs you, pulls you off him.
Okay. This is happening.
I'm gonna.
And I can't say much more along those lines because we got to keep this PG.
I'm going just me in the distance going, is this consent? Do you want me to ace this fucker?
As they begin to pull me away, Colin, come on, could you help me out here, please?
Alright. Let's shoot the boys.
Through the head.
Let me guess, it's probably finesse and aim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finesse and aim.
Cool.
Um,
Don't need to roll an extra.
no. Let's see.
He has a surprise.
Oh.
Right.
Is that a thing?
Huh?
I don't know if surprise is a thing. But...
I have the power of... I have
Yes, surprise is a thing in this case.
Yay.
So your dice, 4 of them get +1.
Oh.
Fancy.
Right.
Let's go.
And you get to reroll 3 of them, I think.
Right. Let's see.
I get to reroll 2 of them because I've got 3 and 3.
Right. The action, well, is a risk because A, you're engaging in combat, and B, you're like hiding, so you're going to break your cover. Right. The consequences of the risk, if you don't, or the consequences, 1, you get aggro of like a party of 7 people.
Oof.
2, because it's like a goon squad, they all attack you at once.
Okay.
And 3, yeah, good luck.
Okay.
However, there is the opportunity for you to be able to rescue your fellow party member.
From the power of unconsent. I'm gonna save it from unconsent.
Now, because this is combat against a goon squad, you don't use your razors to do anything except like decrease the strength of the party, but they still deal wounds equal to their strength.
Okay, so how many shots is one raise? How many?
So 1 raise is equivalent to 1 strength. So
Okay.
1 shot.
Okay. Cool. Let's go, boys.
It's not bad.
Don't worry, I got 10 here. I can add 1 to 4 of these. So and I can reroll 2 of them. Okay, that's good. Is that a 1 or is that a 7? Okay, that's 1. Okay, let's add them. So I've got 10.
1 raise.
So that's 1, that's 2.
2 raises.
So that's 7.
No, but if you
No.
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 Wait.
No.
It can go over.
Yeah, so that's a 15, however, but then we've got a 9 left, so I can't do much. Oh wait, I can add him. Oh yeah, so then that can become another raise. Which is, I have gotten all of the dice. 4 raises.
You have 4 raises?
Yes.
Blah.
I've
Right.
gotten all of the dice. There is no unused dice in this situation. I am.
Congratulations. You're beaten for 7C.
I'm gonna just shout was such a weird sound that, and so shout was a weird sound and go like, how many times do you want me to shoot this guy?
As many as you like, use your discretion.
Right. You managed to snap off 4 shots to 4 different people, who all fall down dead in the sand. Well, not dead, helpless within the sand, with arrows sticking out of
Lake's good for help, Blair.
peculiar parts.
Only the guy who dragged Mr. Stevenson here in the dick. Gonna shoot him in the dick.
Is the man whose butt I touched still alive?
Yes.
I'm going to use my disarming smile on him and say, I'm going to spend a hero point to do that, by the way. That's an actual thing. So he now cannot engage in combat with me. Like, honey, I think we're after the wrong stars.
God.
Using a disarming smile.
He looks at you, blinks his eyes, and then slowly starts unbuttoning his shirt.
And cut away to the fireplace. Panache.
Panache.
Well done, Pash. This is your doing, Pash.
I'm the best.
You don't want to touch his butt. I'm just extrapolating from there.
Yep.
John, you take 3 wounds because there's 3 people left that can no. There's 2 people left that can attack you.
Okay.
So you take 2 wounds.
Cool. 2 wound now.
As soon as the horny on main captain dude who can get anywhere near me, I'm going to stab him in the stomach.
Captain.
Stab. With a sword.
Okay.
By roll.
Well, he can't exactly do anything against you, so no.
He
Falls down, clutching his stomach, and looks at you with absolute.
Why? Let this be the lesson to you. Don't get seduced by a random person on the beach.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Stab
Okay,
again.
so after he goes out,
Yeah.
I suppose that now I am being attacked by 2 people. Can I pull another shitty Legolas move of jumping backwards while shooting 2 arrows at once?
I don't know. Let's see.
Just call him a badass.
Athletics, aim, and brawn.
All right. Athletics, aim, and brawn. Okay, so that's okay. I've got 2.
Should I just give him 8 dice?
You've just given me 8 dice. All right. You want me to go 10? Let's go 10 again.
Idea for the title of this episode. Gayness intensifies.
Wait, what?
Idea for the title of this episode. Gayness intensifies.
I feel like that's not an excellent title.
Yeah. Anyway.
Title of the episode.
Panache.
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 Here. Okay, I'm gonna spend one of the hero points to give myself a second 2 more dice. Using my signature item. So I shall hit them with the power of 10 dice once again. Spare me.
They'll be impaled to the mountain that is a mile away.
Right. Before you roll.
Ah, shit!
Take it all back.
Take it back, take it back!
Before you roll, this is a risk because if you fail this, you will be on the ground and you will be stabbed. You will take 2 wounds. And doing this because you're jumping and pretty much jumping backwards through branches, and you're not sure where you're gonna land. No, you hit in bushes, remember?
Oh yeah.
So you're not sure where you're gonna land. So yeah, this is probably gonna hurt. There is the opportunity of keeping 1 or 2 of them alive by shooting them in awkward places or one of their limbs to disable them. Or you can just not give a crap and shoot them in the head. Yeah, but you need 2 raises to remove wounds.
Easy.
2 raises to keep them alive.
Easy.
And 4 raises to safely complete the action.
Easy. I'll go for 6. I'll do one better.
10.
110. So that's 1. So I want to re-roll this one. That's a 4.
Remember, you've got 3 other dice to roll as well.
2 other dice. I have an automatic 10 for using. Oh no, it's not finesse.
It's not finesse.
Okay, so I don't have it. So I have to roll 3 other dice. So now I shall roll this again.
I'll roll the 10 again, and keep everything else, so that you can still recall what you've got.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's one with a 1.
yeah, so it's 10.
No, he re-rolled the 1.
Yeah, but it was a 1 before.
Yeah, 10 for
For noting purposes.
6, 3, 6, 2, 2. So I'm gonna re-roll 2. Now get 9.
Get what?
Get a 9.
Lucky bastard.
And then I'm going to just roll 3 more.
Time.
Okay, 4, 7, and 5.
It's not bad.
4, 7, and 5. Alright, let's
Match
put
it up
in
into sets of 10.
1 set. 2 set. This is always the fun part.
Math.
3 sets.
Wait till we get to DQ.
No, God.
4 sets.
So much math.
We're gonna have 2 episodes and we're not even gonna complete what I've got written.
5
Yeah.
sets.
Jesus.
You know what? Fuck it. I want this to I want this to happen. Um,
You can just keep going till the end of the day.
describe it.
This is
I'm
basically
going
how
to-
do you want to do this?
So you succeed, like you flip, but you'll take 1 wound.
Yeah. With my extra set, I'm going to use that extra set to just show off. Just go.
Well, no, you can't. Like
Oh.
the raises, you used a raise to negate a consequence, or
No, you said 4
Use one
raises
to
and I've
stick-
got an
Well, no,
extra
Use
raise.
one to stick
4 raises to complete it, but you get 2 wounds.
Okay.
Right? You can use 1 raise to remove 1 wound.
Stick the landing,
Okay.
Stick the landing.
Okay.
Superhero
Right,
powers.
right. I'm going to do the same strategy of kicking up some sand while I jump, and when the sand like kind of just shifts out of the way and they can finally see again, it's me in the air with holding 2 arrows with my hand and just. Phew.
Stylish.
Very well done. As you kick up sand, miraculously, more gunpowder apparently was there that ignites in a big cloud of smoke. Because this is how gunpowder works, apparently. You're in the air, you flip. 2 arrows, loaded. 1, 2. Pull back. And as the smoke's clearing, boof, punctures through the smoke, lands straight smack dead in the 2 closest eyes. 1 on either person. They fall down dead. You stick the landing, and then you realize that you sprained your back in doing so.
I'm getting old, guys.
Take 1 wound.
Karma. You should assault this with panache.
The Ghost of Panache is not like it.
Convince God to allow it to happen by seducing it.
Wow, goodness.
Panache.
Are you glad that you have literal Legolas without any of the intelligence on your team?
So we have dumb Legolas and the Thin White Duke. So we have Legolas and David Bowie.
Yes, basically.
The return of the Thin White Duke. Yeah. That's a song.
I'm gonna. And after that, I'm gonna yell.
Station to station.
I'm gonna yell into where Sam's general direction is, and just yell, "Did you see that?"
No, I was too busy stabbing this guy in the stone like 31 times to make sure he was dead.
Are we the bad guys?
You have a very
Fannies?
you have a very holy corpse in front of you.
So,
You guys meet up, and
That was fun.
there's a chest on the ground in front of you.
Yes, you would.
you know what?
That's a strong one.
Am I a strong one?
I believe so.
I've only got 2 brawn. I don't
So
have
do I.
anything in anything else.
Well,
Well,
I don't think you have a strong one.
no.
we don't have a strong one.
When Legolas and David
I have 0 in warfare. or and 0 in brawl. So if I try to open it, it'll just be 2 dice.
Okay, on with it.
Yeah.
You're gonna open it?
Can we both try to open it?
Can we do a collaborative
4.
effort?
Is that a thing
I
that's
believe you
allowed?
can assist.
That is a thing.
Yay!
Take your 2 dice.
just pull a Kratos and just to the top of it.
Oh, that's a 10 and a 1.
That's 2 10s. Oh, no, that's kind of 1.
Oh,
The 2 and 9.
wow. Okay, that's
That's,
2
um,
sets.
11 and 10. 11 and 11 actually.
11 and 11. There you go. 2.
We are matching in the results.
You open the chest.
The power of patch compels it.
As you open the chest, you hear a very loud
Oh dear.
and a spark.
Oh dear.
Fuck.
You could have checked it.
You have a couple of seconds.
Oh, a couple of seconds. Goodness, I'll just walk away.
But
Walk away.
like you're pretty sure that you guys are slightly too dumb to find out what's
Walk
gonna
away.
happen.
I mean,
Um,
click. Yeah.
You think it's just like the lock breaking, so
Is it alright to break
hey,
it?
do you
Did you break it?
Do chests usually go click?
the lid
My experience.
or in a flash of smoke and light that doesn't really do anything much. The lid goes poof and flies a good 20 feet, and a fire roars to be in the inside of the chest, leaving nothing but a pile of ash and molten, smoldering
Both of mine.
wood.
Hey, at least we have a campfire.
What time is it?
In game or
In game.
um.
I mean, I have time sense.
Yeah, I know.
I know what time
I asked myself, what
It
time
is 7:45.
AM, PM?
How many seconds?
7:45 with a minute of error, and it's in the morning. I use 24-hour clocks.
Oh, there's no what time? Less than a minute of error.
How dare you?
You always know what time it is, and how long the sunset or sunrise with less than a minute of error.
Less than a minute.
That's what it says.
Yeah,
So
that
you-
doesn't necessarily tell you the seconds. Just tells you that
That's-
within a
yeah.
less than a minute of error, you know what the time is.
Oh no.
By the time you've thought about that for long enough, it's already way past the seconds it would have been.
I haven't seduced time enough.
This no. There goes our bounty. Who knew that they just wanted explosives? We have explosives.
What do you guys do? You're on a beach, surrounded by 7 dead corpses.
I'm going to
Well,
go.
6 dead corpses
PM or
and a very holly one.
PM or AM right now?
Morning.
A morning.
I'm
I've
going to.
24-hour clock, so if it's PM, it will be 1700.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do a little bit of a scavenger hunt on the corpses.
It should have been 0745, but
I'm just gonna go have a little bit of a pat down on the corpses and steal all their gold and their
they've
items.
got no gold.
Do they have items of value?
Do they have cursed things?
No.
Aw.
Can I steal
They're
their
literally
boots?
wearing rags and buccaneer swords. It's like they've been at sea for quite some time.
Do swords have value?
Not to us. We already have swords.
Can you throw swords?
Not really.
Okay, now I'm just reminded of Fate's Day of the Night and Archer just being able to craft swords into arrows to be able to fire them out of a fucking bow.
I have zero crafting
I don't
skills.
see it happening for us.
No.
We're
No,
not that clever.
I have no wit. I have like 2 wits and like I'll just tell you that I've got nothing in anything else.
I have 3 wits.
What do we do? Or what do you do? You're on a beach, you're
Well,
surrounded by corpses.
There was a trail, correct?
There was.
Follow the fucking trail.
You go towards the trail and you find 2 branches. One seems to be going up and the other one seems to be going around. One seems to be going towards the middle and the other via the coast.
Can you... Shall we stay by the coast for now? We can always backtrack and find and go back inland.
Hmm.
I know we are not splitting the party.
Do not split the party.
Don't you know, you never split the party.
You don't want to from. I think you prefer the protection of actual Legolas here.
Indeed.
Hmm.
I have power of Legolas, I have power of Gay and Legolas on my side.
Right, so you go around the coast.
I would say so, yes.
As you walk round the coast, you eventually come to an impassable giant fucking pit hole in the track.
Well,
You wasted 2 hours.
I give it a walk.
Yeah.
You hungry?
There's not much that you can do, but you can definitely see that there was, or this hole was like dug by hand, mainly because of the skeletons that are down the bottom.
Is there any way down?
Nope, and no way back up
Well,
except jumping.
These
I have
foods.
I have the advantage of being a survivalist. I can find food for 5 people if you want me to.
Find food.
Well, you gotta find a safe place first. Oh,
We had a campfire.
It's like
that sounds like
9:45 in the
chore.
morning.
Find us some lunch.
Okay, I'll go find us some lunch.
Okay. You find lunch and waste another hour. It's
Sorry,
now 10:45 in the
Where did you
morning.
find this?
Lunch is not a waste of time.
Sorry, lunch.
This is a very rare fruit. Where did you find this?
It's not a fruit, it's the shit of a monkey.
It's you know, sometimes survivalist instincts have to kick in. So what you're actually eating is what I call a energy bowl, which I have constructed with poop, beetles, and a little bit of charred corpse.
You disgusting being.
But that's fine. That's fine. I knew you were gonna say something like that.
Over the course of the hour, some of your wounds or all your wounds have like healed up a bit, and you've managed to like recover 1 HP.
Am I just
I didn't get any
Wolverine?
wounds.
I got 3.
No, that's it's like they've stopped bleeding. They're like starting to like get to that stage where they're scabbing over, but you still got a shit ton of dry blood on you, but they're not that bad.
I protect myself from wounds by the power of gay.
The power of being gay.
Which I'm not in reality, but whatever. My character might as well be.
Be,
Fuck it, he's bi.
be-
It's
there we
made
go.
of panache.
Yes. He
Right,
can seduce anyone.
You guys
Not really.
walk back towards the other track.
Can we cause like a forest fire to like start the tension?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
I would rather not destroy the ecosystem of an island. To the other path.
To the other path.
Gonna track down the other bit. Do you know how to sing? Do you have any perform?
I do. I have one before.
Oh, so do I, but I don't have any panache. So,
Yeah.
so would you like to sing us a jolly song while we walk the tracks?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What?
And from the distance you hear, chuck 'em in a barrel and throw them overboard.
Where's it from? Who's singing?
Up the
Where's Marley?
hills.
To the hills.
Marco!
Solo! Marco!
Marco!
Nothing comes back.
To the hills! We have found our quarry.
Your quarry.
So, you go to the track, right?
Yes. You follow it.
Up the track.
Yeah.
1/3 of the way up the track, you find a rock fall, and it blocks the track.
Why the air quotes? Is it hallucinatory terrain? This is not D&D.
Go and give it.
Poke it.
Oh no!
It shifts ominously.
Ooh. It moves.
Kick it.
No. You kick it.
I'll give it a kick then.
I step back.
Feel it.
Feel it with the power of panache.
You kick it,
Yeah.
I step
it
back a bit.
creaks and groans and leans towards you, but doesn't quite fall. But it's very ominous.
Ominous?
Ominous? Ominous?
Ominous. Is this a golem?
Can we not go around it?
Well, there's a sheer cliff face one side and a very tall one the other.
I'll take that as a no. Can we go under it?
Do you want to
Dig,
just...
dig, dig. Okay. I kid. Poke the fucker.
Can I just stand a little bit back and throw a rock at it?
Might as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a few steps back and I'm gonna pick up a nearby rock and just...
How big's the rock?
About like a fist.
It hits the rocks and just bounces off.
It's safe. No.
Trust me.
Big
I'm gonna throw stab at the rock.
What?
Just...
Did you
Wait,
think you were going to throw me?
No.
Not me, I was
Definitely
about
not.
to say throw you.
Ah.
But
Well-
I must live each other.
Let's let's do the only reasonable thing and then throw a bigger rock at it. This time it'll be 2 fists big.
You throw a big rock, it hits one of the rocks in the middle, and the whole thing comes tumbling down backwards towards the
This thing's battery isn't looking happy.
Steve's character as your champion of Panache.
I am the champion of Panache. So,
It collapses backwards into what seems to be a pit that was dug behind it.
most excellent. Does that now bridge the gap between us and the other side of the pit?
If you carefully pick your way across, yes.
What if I
Carefully
just...
pick our way across.
You continue walking up until you reach a giant gaping hole that has spikes at the bottom.
Marco!
Follow!
Where was it from?
I don't know.
My right, my left,
do I roll
Kind
to
of
notice?
behind you. Behind you up the cliff.
Can I use my excellent perception of 3 notices to try 3 notices and 2 resolves to try to figure out where it came from?
Remember your whip.
Just looking around, you can't see anything.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just bush, sheer cliff face, and rocks.
What the? You sure I'm gonna go where this man is?
You're suspicious.
Okay, what if we intrigue the person to come to us so we don't have to do the hard working?
Ah! I've fallen in a pit! Help!
What skill is that?
We don't care, you ass! We
Alright.
told you stop playing around with the pitfall trap!
Use your fucking panache and go like, oh wow, I'm doing such a great dancer. Shame you cannot see it.
No, he's got to keep up the falling in the pit act.
Okay.
But you've got to make them want you.
How do you seduce him to come to you?
Maybe this time around you might go for a, oh no, I've dropped my valuable objects and I can't reach them because I'm stuck on spikes.
That's not panache.
Well,
It's convincing.
Oh no!
Isn't that resolve?
How will I ever reach my money?
No, that's not resolve.
It's probably
Help,
when.
dude.
Okay.
you kind of see this face peeking down and looking very, very unimpressed at the fact that you're just... Yeah,
Shoot him, now.
not gonna happen, dude.
Shoot him, shoot him.
Drop a rope.
No. He, vanishes back before anything can
Should
happen.
have shot him. Where was he? Where was he?
Up, behind you. They're watching you.
Alright, it's time to go for some stupid shit.
Wait, have you looked at the pitfall trap?
Nope.
Let's
Like,
just not look at the pitfall trap.
we've looked enough to see it is there.
Right.
Okay, pretend to fall in the pitfall trap, like actually get in the pitfall trap, and then scream enticingly.
Pash, you're a fucking idiot.
You look at the pitfall trap.
Yeah, sure.
You
Fine.
notice that it's probably possible to climb down and up the other side if you carefully pick your way through the spikes.
What the hell's
Some of
careful
them seem
anyways?
blunted.
I feel like the GM wants me to do that. I do that.
You do that.
Well, it seems as if you want me to do that to continue the story.
Cool. Finally.
Roll.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You climb down and climb up other side. And as the other guy climbs down, the spikes break off. And as he climbs up, they break off again. You
Nice.
seem to be a bit stuck. You
Me?
continue forward,
You?
up the track. You eventually reach a clearing.
Where we die.
What is our goal anyways? Or weren't you supposed to find like a relic?
I have an idea. Bluetooth mouse.
Ignore the ghost of Panache. Clicking on things.
Why don't you just download an automatic clicker?
Stop cheating!
It's not cheating if they actually recommend it.
Stop cheating! Fuck you.
I've lost the Ghost of Panache. I cannot hear it anymore.
Oh, wait.
And it's replaced by the ghost of sexual failings and frustration.
I hate this ghost.
God, that would be so confusing for a character that's asexual being cursed with a ghost that's just like, have sex with them. This is what it feels like.
Anyway,
Back on track.
story.
You arrive in a clearing, and you're on the top of the hill. There seems to be some form of house, wreckage, tower that's kind of broken. Well, really broken. It's falling into disarray. It's almost like the place was inhabited at one point, but, you know, didn't last very long.
I'm going to knock on the door. Who knows if someone might be living?
Marco!
You knock on the door,
Hello.
the door disintegrates into your fist.
Oh dear.
Huh.
It's a health and safety nightmare.
You think?
You can go inside?
No, it's cursed.
Hey, try to knock on the wall. Maybe it will disintegrate as well.
It's made out of stone.
Oh.
Well,
It hurts your hands more than it does the wall.
that's rude.
I take a step into the building.
Wait, why are you going into a
As,
cursed building?
as you take a step into the building,
I die.
something materializes beside you that you can see.
Can I try to grab it by its...
Your
The camera
hand
has turned
goes
off.
straight through it.
So I cannot grab it by its theoretical neck.
No. Your hand goes straight through it, and it
Panache, is that you?
vanishes.
Card full.
Ah shit.
Replace
I
it with
get-
this card.
You may want to turn things off before you start removing things.
Do we want to end it soon?
You might as well actually.
Yeah.
Is this enough?
Yeah, no, this is enough. This
One
is also a good
point,
point to end it, because
Yeah. Turn that camera around. Do like a 360 pan.
Yeah, like pan over yourself and the episode.
And with that, you
You die.
fall unconscious, and you're unsure what's going to happen to yourself. But
Why Panache?
you think that it had something to do with the Ghost of Panache.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault the card is full.
What's a card?